every goal, the sound declares. Heartbeats pound like a drummer's song, marching forward, fierce and strong. We're the ones who rise in the clash. Numbers running in a white shirt dash. History burns in a roaring crowd. Every game we scream it loud. I'm Tottenham, Tottenham till I die. Raise the banner, let it fly. Through the rain, through the fire. This is my cause, my only desire.
Good afternoon, good morning, let me start again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this this live show on THFC Till We Die. I hope it is a good day for you, and I hope you're having a good day and everything is going well. The weather updates. I know a few fans in the chat. The weather update is cloudy but sunny and not raining. We have had a bit of rain, but not much. I wanted to do a show today because I said something in my last show yesterday that I don't think a lot of people picked up on, but I picked it up myself. That's why I took it down. It's going to be edited out, and then I will put it back up. If you did hear it, I do apologize for what I said. It was a slip of the tongue. I meant to say something else, and with me having a speech impediment, it sometimes comes across. I said something where I meant to say one thing, not another. Now, I'm very hard on myself when it comes to doing these shows and doing content on my channel. And somebody pointed out to me once, which I actually do agree with, I strive for perfection every time. And sometimes sometimes you can't be perfect. Sometimes you can't have a perfect show. And I said something yesterday. I realized what I said. I took it down straight away. It will be edited out and I will put it back up because apart from that, I thought it was a damn good show yesterday. I enjoyed it. So if you did hear what I said or whatever, I do apologize. And I will strive to be better and more careful in how I say things in the future. I want to welcome a few people in. Big up the Wayne Bonner. He says, good afternoon, folks. Hope you're all well and having a better weather than us. Not too bad. Thank you so much, Aussie guys. Really appreciate that, but really, really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Big up Derma. How are you? I'm okay. I'm okay. I just wanted to do this show, and the show really explains itself why I still believe in Spurs, why I still love this football club, why I still believe that even all the shit it puts me through, I'm still be here this season, next season, season after, and the season after that, and the season after that. I think as I just feel that I just want to have my say in how I feel because I feel some people don't take me seriously. I've been called everything from a hypocrite to everything else. So I just wanted to put my thought across on how I feel about our football club. It's not my football club, it's our football club. The new song is Thank You So Much. Really appreciate that, Ozzy. Really means a hell of a lot. 11 p.m. over here. Wow. Yeah, 4 o'clock. So big up to you. Whereabouts in Australia are you, Ozzy? Great to see you, bud. Did you swear? No. I'm not going to say what I said, Ryan. Okay, don't push me. Just do not push me on it. One person did pick up on one I said, and I took it down straight away. So I'm pretty disgusted with myself. But just all you know, I did it. I've apologized. I'm going to edit that bit out and put up the stream again. So just leave it as that, Ryan, if you can. Bagpipes, if you can. Yeah, I'm going to call you bagpipes now. Big up to Dermo. Big up Dermo. Matters have now pretty much confirmed it was a pen. It is what it is. Don't worry, Dermo, no one's perfect. I know, but I hold high standards for myself. Look, Tonoli and Gomez, and where's he going for that? Okay, I'm looking. Where are they? Are they here? No. Okay, big up to you, Mr. Clark. Oh, mate, you're fine. Cheers, Aussie. Melbourne. Wow. Melbourne. I'd love to go to Melbourne. That's where they host the Australian Grand Prix. I've always wanted to go to that Grand Prix. Um, always did. Um, I was not pushing. It was just, no, it's all right. I just leave it where it is. I will private message you what I said, Rhino. All right. I will private message you what I said. Okay. So you know. We all have a slip of the tongue sometimes. Some it's done. You apologize and taking accountability. So yeah, I know. A lot of people say I have to stop apologizing. I don't apologize that much. I'm sure Stacey will actually confirm that. She'd be in here. She'd be getting the first flight over to Wexford to get me up the arse. Um, I'm hoping Richarlison has been on the phone to his Brazilian buddies at Newcastle. I'm still not sure Richarlison's Brazilian. I still think he's South African or he's Australian. Sorry, Aussie, or um he's from the Falkland Islands or he's from every other country bar Brazil. You know, I swear to God, I don't know how the hell he become a Brazilian because the misses he made the other night wasn't that was not a Brazilian type striker. Oh Lord God. I swear to God, a person coming out of a pub after a nightclub full of drink can't even stand up straight. Will probably put that ball in the back of the net. Honest to God, I love Richarlison the bits, I really do, but he ain't a footballer. Bless him. Um, Bless him. That's all I'm going to say. Big up to Jarula. Big up to you. I hope you're doing all right, honey. Big up to you. Great seeing as always. Big up to Ozzy. Ozzy's just following his phone laughing. He's just pointing at the screen now. He's saying, I'm going to go to bed in a minute after this comedian has finished. This is a good comedy show. This is Dermo, the comedy Tottenham fan. You apologize more than you think for nothing. Yeah, I know I do. I know I do. And it's been pointed out to me quite a lot. It's called being autistic, Wayne. I'm not copping the obvious. I'm not copping sarcasm either, which I can. Do you know what? I must be the only person in the whole world who doesn't get sarcasm. I swear to God, I don't. It could hit me in the face like a fish. You know them fit when somebody slaps a fit, then comedy things when you get hit across the face with a fish. That'd be me. I wouldn't get it. Yeah. Well, I was doing the player ratings yesterday, and I said something. It slipped out, and I took it down because I thought when I realised what I said and my reaction to after I said it. If you go when it's up, but yeah, I shouldn't have said it, and I just wanted to apologise in case anyone did hear what I said. I don't think he did. I had to listen to it about 20 times before I copped on to what I said. But yeah, I'm big up Scott. It's a big up Dermot. We may not agree on much. Do we agree on something? Yeah, we agree Canada's going to win the World Cup. That's it. No, I know what you're getting at, bud. But you are no doubt a top Spurs fan. Hopefully, you know any back and forth. I know, bud. I know. I love you doing it. Actually, it brings me. It giggles me. It does. I enjoy it. You actually do keep me going. You know that. You like the little fuse in me, so you keep it coming, brother. You keep it coming. And yes, oh Canada for the World Cup. Yes, the maple leaf will be flying high as Donald Trump's United States go home early after the group stages. Sorry, Steve. Big up to Ozzy. He's still laughing with he's letting us know he's okay. He's rolling around on the floor. He's just putting his thumbs up. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm okay. A bit like Josh on Jess's channel the other week when somebody actually thought I was a woman, believe it or not. And poor old Josh. I must admit it's the funniest show ever, right? Poor old Josh. All I can see him sliding down the chair. And all that was left of Josh was his hand in the air. It was like put a ring on it. He was saying, "Put a ring on my finger." Big up, Josh. Richie better not miss there. He's gonna miss a lot more right now. He's gonna miss a lot more. With Richie's aim, it makes you wonder how he got his miss. Yeah, that is true. But there is medical things for that one. It shows how far we have fallen. Yeah, it does. Big up to David. The crucial thing for Spurs that Tunelli and Guimaraes and Joe Linton are all back for West Ham's game. Yeah, that is crucial. Massive, massive. Great song. Spurs have been through hell this season, but look on the bright side. De Zerbi's learning a hell of a lot about the character in the squad. Kinski's looking like he saved us 40 minutes. Yeah, it is. He will do. Also, Leeds United best two win backs will be fit for the last game of the season against West Ham. Yeah, and Leeds won't give up until then either. And David Clark, I got a feeling Leeds will. No, they won't. No, they won't. Um, yeah, exactly. You've hit the nail on the head there, David. It's not in Leeds' DNA to roll over for anyone. That's it. Do you know what? If anyone thinks Leeds are going to roll over, I am sorry. There it is. There it is. There. Absolutely, it's not in their DNA to do that. Never has been. Never will be. And don't forget, David's seen Leeds of old. Leeds of the 70s with I forget what was it. No, Chopper Harris played for Chelsea. You got Bremner, you got Jack Charlton, you got um, Gray, you got a lot of Clark as well, the striker. Um, they were not a team to be striving with. That they were named the dirtiest team in the league one year, rightly so. But they were competitive and they won. Um, you need to have Newcastle to win and draw then at Chelsea. Well, I just want Newcastle to beat West Ham on Sunday. That's all I want. Norman Hunter, another one as well. Yeah, big up to you, Rhino. You know your football history. Big up to you, lad. Big up to you. Um, I was at my PC this morning. I did put it into the group chat. What I'm saying now. It's easy in this day and age to go onto an AI site or chat GPT and just say, give me something out that how I feel. And you put in how you feel and it comes up a load of spill. But I literally sat down this morning. Now I have put this into the group chat. And I wrote down, sat in the PC and I've opened up my notepad and it was blank. And I just wrote down how I felt. How I felt about this football club, how I feel about the top club I've supported for nearly 45 years, what it means to me to be a Spurs fan, what it means to me to be a fan of this fantastic, massive club, what it means to why I'm so angry and why I'm so stressed and why I'm so probably emotionally all over the place. And football clubs do that to fans. Football clubs do that to people. It's unlike any other sport. This club. Drooler knows what I mean. Wayne knows what I mean. I know Paige and other people support other clubs, but supporting Tottenham Hotspur, Drooler knows what it's like. Wayne knows what it's like. We've seen it before. The three of us, I think, especially, I think me, Drooler, and Wayne have seen so much of Spurs over the last 40 years. We grew up in the time where we were successful. David's seen a lot more than all of us put together. So is Philip Brady. They've seen the Bill Nick years. They've seen the rise, the second coming of Bill Nick. Maybe I think David's seen the double side. And one thing all binds us together. One thing that binds us together, the old fans, the fans of fans of the 60s, the 80s, the 90s, of the noughties, whatever. What all binds us together is this love of this football club. The cockerel, the lily white shirt, White Hart Lane, the noise, the going down, seeing players like Hoddle and Waddle and Gaza, and probably in David's time, Jimmy Greaves and Dave Mackay and Blanchflower, and then you had Steve Perriman, you had Martin Shivers, you had Alfred Conn, you had John White back in the 60s, and then you had Terry Venables in 67, and you know, Martin Peters as well playing for Tottenham in the early 70s, going up to Steve Archibald, Garth Crooks, Tony Galvin, Graham Roberts, um, Pat Jennings as well. And players that we grew up with, the Gaza to Lineker to the players of the 90s, Terry Sheringham, Nicky Barmby, Darren Antidote, Paul Allen, up to Glenn Hoddle, up to Ginola, Les Ferdinand, Stefan Freund, Van der Vaart, and so on, Harry Kane, Sonny, and so on and so on. There's players in every generation that binds us to Tottenham Hotspur, that makes us want to stick around. And I said in my notes, and I'm going to actually have to bring it over here. So if I ignore the chat for the next 5 minutes, please do do I do apologize, but I've just got to do not have this here, so I know what I'm saying, and maybe I can shorten it. Actually, no, I can't. Oh, that was it. Yeah, okay, that was it. It's like a drug, isn't it? It's like a drug that we can't kick. It's a drug we can't kick. And I suppose you could say that, I suppose, for every club you support. I suppose Paige can say that about Manchester United. The girls can say that about Leeds and Liverpool. Oh, Leeds. It's like a drug. You can't kick it. As much as they push you, as much as they drive you crazy, as much as they push you to the limits. When Saturday or Sunday comes around, when that match day comes around and we're playing Chelsea or Arsenal or Newcastle or whoever, you cannot, you get drawn back in. You get drawn in because that drug is drawing you in. You need more of it. And I think we've seemed to forgot, and I think it's gone in the wayside of what it means to support this football club, what it means to be a Tottenham fan. And I think it's got lost within the Premier League, and it's got lost between the negativity and the fighting and people having to go with each other, and people, you're not allowed an opinion because it might offend somebody. Or if you have an opinion, you can't have that opinion because you have no right to have that opinion. And I think people seem to forget the basics. And the basics is we all support Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. We're all Tottenham fans at the end of the day. We all support the same badge. We all support the same team. And we've seemed to have forgotten that. It's got lost along the way. It's got lost along the negative of Enoch, the Lewis family, the sacking of Harry Redknapp, the sacking of Pochettino, the sacking of Jose, the sacking of Conte, the sacking of Nuno, the sacking of Ange, the sacking of Thomas Frank and Tudor, whatever. We seem to have lost our love for this football club, and why we love this football club, and why we turn up every week, either on shows or at the game or in the pub or watching at home. It draws us together. Instead of drawing us together, at the moment, everything seems to be pushing us apart. And it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. We should be drawn together. This is the time where the players and the club need us the most. And we're fighting against each other. We're fighting each other because of nobody's allowed an opinion. I believe, right? I still believe, and maybe I'm being a bit of a romantic here. I believe this club does something that no other club can do for you. It it gives you hope in a world that is no hope whatsoever. In a world that is, in not putting too fine a word of it, at the moment is burning. Football was supposed to give you that hope of, for a couple of hours every week, you can escape the life's pressures. You can escape the life's whatever life's thrown at you. And for the last 18 months, that pressure and the way they've been playing, the way they've been losing, has pushed that loyalty to the limit with a lot of us. Because we don't see the club that we once supported as kids. We don't see the club that we we were brought to by our parents, that we were taken to White Hart Lane. We can all remember our first game at White Hart Lane and what that felt like. Watching your favourite players of that decade coming running out the tunnel onto the pitch. The atmosphere, the smell, the burgers, the noise, the everything about it. It was like that rush you always will have. I get it even now. Going to the new stadium, I still feel like I'm 8 years old again, or 7 years old, going to my first game with my dad. And I still have that same feeling now. My dad's gone 20 odd years now, but I still have that same feeling as I did when I was a 7-year-old. A little Dermo, me, little Dermo, going to watch the likes of Glenn Hoddle and Chrissy Waddle, watching plays, watching Glenn Hoddle on the football pitch. It is the most. I can't describe it as a fan. I suppose watching Glenn Hoddle score fantastic goals as good as having sex, I suppose, as a little boy. Now, as I got older, I think the other is better than the at first, but as a little boy, as a little boy, it was good then. But you get my point. And somewhere along the line, I think we've seen we've got muddied what it means to support Tottenham, why we support Tottenham, why this club that's so unique in world football, so unique. There's no other team called Hotspur. There's no other team called Hotspur. There's plenty of City, there's plenty of Rovers, there's plenty of Uniteds, there's plenty of Town, but there's no Hotspur. We're unique. We're unique in name and we're unique in nature because it's like Tottenham. The name Tottenham Hotspur. Hotspur's from Henry Percy. Henry Percy was a swashbuckling. I said it yesterday. A swashbuckling person on horse, and it's like, do you remember them as kids? I remember as kids watching. I don't know if anyone else does, but I remember watching 1950s or 40s pirate films as a child, right, as a little kid. And he jumps onto the boat and he's got his sword and it's all swashbuckling. Do you know what I mean? Um, and I always thought as a kid, that's not we're unique. We're different to everyone else. And as the years have gone on, I mean, I've been lucky, all right. And I think Drew as well, Wayne as well, David as well. I feel sorry for fans like Wayne and the younger fans because they haven't seen success. They haven't seen us win trophies. They haven't seen us lift an FA Cup, what it means to lift an FA Cup, what it means to see your captain walk up them Wembley steps and lift the biggest trophy in British football. It means everything. It means absolutely everything. The joy you get from that. Lifting League Cups, being alive to see us win 2 European trophies is something that I never thought I'd see. And winning Bao, as shit as the season was last year and the last 18 months has been, that night in Bilbao, I think it was probably one of the best nights as a Tottenham fan. Probably best night doing Tottenham content. And I feel sorry for them fans. I really do. My heart goes out to them because they don't know what it's like to see a successful Tottenham. They don't know what it's like to see a Steve Perriman go and lift, or Gary Mabber or Graham Roberts go and lift up them trophies, or a Ledley King go up and lift that trophy. It's a wonderful feeling. I can't describe it as a fan. I cannot describe what it is like a fan to go and see your captain lift that FA Cup. It's as Wayne says, it's the most beautiful sight. And Tottenham Tottenham have always been a little bit different from everyone else. We were the first side to win an FA Cup as a non-league side. Nobody's done that before. Nobody's done it before. Nobody's done it since. We were the first side to retain the FA Cup 61-62, 81-82. No, I know clubs have done it, but we were the first to do it in a long time. We were the first side to win, a British side to win the European trophy. Everyone for years, everyone kept saying, "Oh, United won the first European trophy." No, Tottenham did. United were the first British English side to win a European Cup. Celtic were the first British side to win a European Cup. Tottenham were the first British side to win a European trophy. And then we become the first British side to win two different European trophies because we won the UEFA Cup in 72. So, we have a history to be proud of, and we don't even appreciate that. We don't appreciate our history. We don't look back at our history and cherish it. You look at other clubs, they do. You look at Liverpool. Liverpool cherish their history. Leeds do. Leeds have got statues of Billy Bremner out there. Newcastle have statues of Alan Shearer and Bobby Robson. Manchester United have statues of the the Holy Spirit. Charlton, Best and Law, and an Alex Ferguson one, and a Matt Busby one. They have stands named after them. Leeds United have stands named after Jack Charlton. You know what do? We just bury our head in the sands. We just bury the history in the past because it doesn't matter. Because the ownership felt scared about embracing what we'd done in the past. They felt scared about embracing what we can learn from the past, what we can learn from winning all them trophies, what we can learn from the greats of Bill Nick, Arthur Rowe, Keith Birkinshaw, what we can learn from them men. And then when you fast forward then to Harry made us believe again. Harry made us believe when we qualified for the Champions League for the first time. He made us believe. Then you come into Poch. Poch then took us to the next level, took us on the magical mystery tour of not really getting over the line, but taking us nearly there. A bit like Moses getting to the Red Sea and just being a bit stuck. Though Moses did take, the people across the Red Sea. If Poch was Moses, he would have got stuck at the Red Sea and said, "Sorry, lads, as far as I can go. Can't do a lot here." But he brought us to the promised land. And then with Ange, whatever you think of Ange Postecoglou, whatever you think, a lot of people hate him, a lot of people like him. Whatever you think of the man, he delivered on what he promised. He delivered I always win something in my second season. He delivered that. He delivered that European trophy. He delivered that monkey off our back. He delivered that night in Bilbao where I cried live on air. I'm sure a lot of you cried in the chat. A lot of you were bouncing around and for that whole summer, we were European champions. Do you know what? It meant everything. But again, this club has stood still. The owners have stood still. They haven't embraced what it means to be a Tottenham owner. They haven't embraced what it means to be a Tottenham fan. And what does it mean to be a Tottenham fan? A Tottenham fan means to dare is to do. A Tottenham fan is about to hell what anyone else thinks. I still believe. Now, everyone's entitled to an opinion. Everyone's entitled to how they think. Everyone's entitled to how they support Tottenham Hotspur. I'm not going to be a hypocrite and tell people you should support Tottenham this way because that's how I do it. No, you support how you want to support. But I will say this: cherish what we've done in the past. Use it. breathe it, suck it in, use it as a life force, use it as a drug r- to make you remember why you picked Tottenham Hotspur, why you become a fan, why you picked the lily white shirt to wear, why you're proud to wear that cockerel on your chest. Why? And we need to remember why. It's all about it's all about remembering. It's all about passion. It's all about it's all about loving the club again. And we've all fell out of love with this club. One way, I don't like in saying it, but I think we all have in a way. I think we all have. I think we all don't recognize this club anymore. We don't recognize, especially the older fans. I think the younger fans, I think some fans can laugh it off and just say, I give up and I don't want to know. And I'm envious of them fans. I can't do that. I can't. It's not in my DNA. It's not in my it's not how I'm built. It's not in how I I I move forward. It's not me. I can't do that. And I'm envious of fans that can. And I'm glad that you can, but I can't. I When the season starts to when the season finishes, I eat, breathe, sleep Tottenham Hotspur because it's my club. It's the club I was born to support, and it's the club I die to support. Because I know one day this club will give me something so great, so wonderful to make me smile again. And maybe as the sun goes, we can't smile without them. They play that song at the end of the game, don't they? And even in the summer, we miss them. We miss Tottenham. Anyone that says they don't, I think it is lying in a way because we do miss them. We do miss the Saturday games. We do find Saturdays a bit boring. We do find the summer a little bit long because there's no Tottenham. Now we've got the World Cup this year. That keeps us entertained. The players are back in pre-season. But we do miss the football. We do miss Tottenham. And when the pre-season games start again, we all get a bit excited. When the Premier League comes up, we all get really excited and we all dream. We all look to the head. It's our year. This is the year we're going to win something. This is the year we're going to push for the Champions League. This is the year we're going to qualify for Europe. And we all get excited and then we'll go through the next through 8 or 9 months of high and down and left and right and pain and happiness and sadness and anger. You go through all the emotions that you will go through. And you do that every game. You do that through every game. Every game. You're up and down like a like a graph because of all the emotions. One minute you're happy, next minute you're angry, next minute you're sad, and then you're happy again. It's all the adrenaline that it gives. And I just think, look, we've lost our way, and we have lost our way. We've lost our way of why we picked this club in the first place. Why any fan picks this club in the first team. And we've got the best fans in the world, by the way. I look. This is no disrespect to any other club, any other fans watching. We have the best fans in the world because you know why? Because we've got the best football club in the world. Tottenham Hotspur is not a small club. We're a massive club. And I will argue that point to anybody and anyone because Tottenham Hotspur is a massive club with a massive name, with a massive history, with a massive fan base. And I dare anyone to show me any different because I believe in this football club. I believe in the Cockerel. I believe in Tottenham Hotspur. And maybe because I'm an older fan that and the younger fans have been drummed down to feeling how they're feeling, but I can't. There's something in me that won't let me feel any different. It won't let me be any different. Call it delusion, call it whatever you want. It's a drug that I need. It's a drug that I need to take, and every Saturday or every Tuesday or every Monday or every time them players walk on that pitch, that's the drug I need to keep me, that makes me keep supporting this football club. And any fan would tell you the same. Page, you would tell you the same about Manchester United. Frog on the Wall would tell you the same about West Ham United. It's a drug that keeps dragging us in, and we wouldn't have it any other way. We wouldn't have it any other way. And I wouldn't change my football club for anybody or anything in the world. And as much as they're doing my head in right now, it it do your head in sometimes, this football club. The last 18 months has pushed me, my loyalty to this club, to the absolute limit of I'm done. But every time I think I'm at that limit, somehow out of nowhere, I find that little bit more passion, that little bit more commitment, that little bit more faith, that little bit more something that keeps me going. My parents weren't big football fans. My dad wasn't a Tottenham fan. My dad was not into football at all. My dad was very much a hard-working Irish man that come over to the UK, and his main ambition was to work hard, keep the family business going, supply for his family, keep me and my brother in a in a in a in a good lifestyle that he didn't have as a child. My mother worked as well. They did their best. Um, you know, my dad worked 6, 7 days a week, keeping me that I could to give us stuff that he didn't have. And anytime he did have off, he'd be working in the house. Or he'd be doing. He was My dad was a workaholic. Um, but he would take me to Tottenham. He took me to my first Tottenham game, and we continued going together until he died of cancer. 22 years ago, at 51 or 52. It was me that he was sharing my passion. And why I've supported Tottenham is a funny story. I've never told anyone this before. I as a child, I was adopted as a child. My mum, my mum become pregnant with me in Ireland back in '76, late '76. And back then in Ireland, it was very frowned upon to have a baby out of wedlock. Very frowned upon, because Ireland back then was a very Catholic, very religious country. So you had two options: either you go to the mum, the mothers and babies Magdalene, or you go over to the UK and you have your child adopted, and then the Catholic Church then helps with the adoption and move on and move on. So my mother came over to England with my birth father, and they, of all places, they landed up in Tottenham. And then I was born in February '77 in North Middlesex Hospital, hence why I'm a Spurs fan. Because when I was trying to choose my football club when I was a little kid, at that time, as Wayne would tell you and Drewley would tell you as well, Liverpool were the most successful football club back then, back in the early '80s. Them, Everton, I think Man United were a little bit successful, but it was mostly Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Villa. And I remember asking my mum, where was I born? Because I'm going to support the team. She said, which football team are you going to support? I said, I will support the team wherever I was born. And she said, well, you were born in North Middlesex Hospital, which is in Edmonton, just outside Tottenham. It's not far from Tottenham, by the way. And I said, right, I'm going to support them. And that is why I became a Spurs fan. And I remember Tottenham were on TV that weekend. And back then, there wasn't a lot of football on TV back in them days, back in the early '80s. I think we got an FA Cup final, we got a few internationals, and not many games on the Sunday. Wayne or Drula, please tell me if I'm right or wrong. I think I'm right that used to have the big match, didn't we, on the Sunday? Or David, please let me know. I may be right, I may be wrong on that. But I know in the 80s, early 80s, there wasn't a lot of football on telly. You're very lucky to get any matches at all. It was more radio where you listened to the games. I think it was 5 Live back in them days. And I was watching the game, and I just remember Glenn Hoddle just sitting down in TV and watching Glenn Hoddle scoring. It's in the intro. The goal I remember him scoring is in the intro. It's the one against Nottingham Forest. Now, I may have seen it as a clip, going to a Tottenham match, whatever. But all I remember was the goalkeeper took the kick. It was header, header, volley, top corner. And it was against Nottingham Forest at the time, Brian Clough's Nottingham Forest at the time. And Pete Shilton was in goal. Now, Pete Shilton was probably the best England goalkeeper at that point in time. He was fighting with Ray Clements, who was the other England number one. But I remember, and I just remember going, oh my God, that man's God. And he was a footballing god, Glenn Hoddle. What that man could do with a football, God only knows. I just fell in love with the club then. I fell in love with the club then, and I've always been in love with the club then. I have never done anything different. I've supported the club. I've I just hang on, just let me I just love Tottenham Hotspur. That's what it is. It's all about your love for your football club. And I just wanted to share with you why I am who I am and why I support Tottenham like I do, because I still believe. I still believe we're going to stay up. I still believe we're not going down. I still believe in De Zerbi. I still believe in the players. I still believe in the footballing gods that we're not going to go down. And I tell you one thing now, I will continue to support Tottenham, and as the sun goes, I'm going to do it my way. I'm not following anyone. I'm not going to. Everyone can have an opinion. That's them. But I will support Tottenham my way. How I've always supported them, and I would die supporting them the way I've started supporting them. Because I'm passionate about this football club. I'm passionate about the club I support. I'm passionate about this channel. I'm passionate about you guys, giving you the best Tottenham content that I can give you. I'm passionate about it all. Why? Because I'm passionate about Tottenham Hotspur. I've always said it. Derville and the boys are my first love. My second love is my football club and my channel and you guys. And I've made some really good friends through this channel and made some really close bonds with people and linked up with channels. And I'm grateful for you all. I'm grateful for every one of you. For Jess, Stacey, Josh, Derula, Wayne, over on JYS Talks Football, Wayne on here with the people I have in here, FSMFC, Pagey, Wayne, David Clark, Colin who does all my tech work for me, Philip Brady who rebranded the channel with me, the guys that do the shows with me. I couldn't do it without you all. James Tequila, I couldn't do it without you all. But the biggest passion for me and what keeps me going is my love for this football club. Because this is a fantastic football club. It's a wonderful football club. It's the best football club in the world. We've got the best fan base in the world. I miss White Hart Lane. I like the new stadium, but I miss White Hart Lane with all my heart. Wayne would tell you, Drula would tell you, David Clark would tell you, walking into White Hart Lane, it's something you can only, going for the first time, it's something you can only experience once. And when you go again, it's special, but it's not as special as the first time. Going in there as a little dermo, and I remember it so well. Going in there, and it was all standing back in them days. There was no seats, all standing in the East Stand. I it brings back so many emotions for me just remembering. And that's why I get so passionate about this football club, because it means everything to me. It means the world to me. This football club means everything to me. All the shit I've had in my life, all the bad things that happened to me, all the bad points, all the points where I've been so low that I would, it's so low that my to escape from everything was Tottenham. And if it wasn't for my dad sharing in my passion, bringing me to these games where he didn't have to, he didn't have to do it. My dad, may he rest in peace, didn't have to do it, but he did. And he made that commitment for me. And he made that commitment for me to go and watch the team that I love, the team that I remember having Tottenham wallpaper as a kid and having posters up on my wall of Mickey Hazard and Glenn Hoddle or Tony Galvin or Chrissy Waddle or, you know, it means everything. And to see where they are now, it's heartbreaking. It breaks my heart to see where we are now. And it does get me emotional, and it does get me upset, and it does get me angry, and it does get me frustrated, and it does get me every passion you can think it would run through my Irish veins. If somebody was to cut my right arm, green, white, and orange would come out of it because it'd be pure Ireland. And if somebody cut this arm, lily white would come flying out of it because it's just as it's just as passionate as I'm passionate about my country and about my national side. I'm as passionate about my football club. And it will never change. So I don't give a shit what people think about me. I don't give a damn what people say about my football club. I don't give a fuck what people say about me. I am never going to change. I'm going to keep supporting Tottenham the way I've supported them from when I was a little boy to I'm in my grave. Because this football club means absolutely everything. It's a club that I love. It's a club that brings passion, that brings greatness, that brings everything that you want from a football club. And every other fan feels that way about their football club. We're unique. We're not a United, as I said before. We're not a City. We're not a Rovers. We're not a Town. We're not whatever. We're Hotspur. We're a Tottenham fucking Hotspur. That's who we are. And we need to believe that we can get out of trouble. We need to still believe that we can stay in the Premier League. We're going to still need believe that we can go to Chelsea next week and whoop their fucking blue asses out of that part of London, because we can do it. Because we are Tottenham Hotspur. That is why we can do it. That's why 4,000 Tottenham fans are going to travel to Stamford Bridge and sing their hearts out from minute 1 to minute 91, because we are Tottenham Hotspur. And nobody's going to make me feel or change any different to the way I'm feeling. People may laugh at our club. People may take the piss out of our club. Fans may take the piss out of the players or piss out the owners. Your opinion. You're entitled to it. I'm not going to. Because I have this passion burning inside me that makes me believe, and I always will believe, that next year is going to be our year. Next year, we're going to win something. Next year, we're going to be better than we were this year. North London belongs to Tottenham. North London is lily white, always has been, always will be. And I don't give a rat's ass if Arsenal win the league this year. Couldn't bother me 1 minute. Absolutely couldn't care. Because it doesn't bother me. Arsenal won the league. So biggity do. They won the league because they were the best team in the league. So what? It's not bothering me. They can have their puny their puny trophy parade where only one man and his dog will probably turn up. Because they seem to forget one thing. They are not North London. We were formed in North London. We've stayed in North London, and they're not. They were formed in South East London. That's where they were formed. And they only moved into North London because they built a shitty stadium over an open sewer. And that is a fact. That is true. And I will find the article about that, about why they moved to North London. That there is a very good channel. I'll find a link for it and I will put it in the channel. About why they moved and why they're here. And look, I love the banner. There's an Arsenal fan in here. This is exactly why you're going. Yeah, fine. We're not going anywhere, mate. We'll be here next season. We're becoming your place, telling you why North London is lily white and always will be lily white because we're Tottenham Hotspur. We weren't formed in West London and decided to move to North London. We were formed North London. We've got North London running through our veins. You know, yeah, you're going to win the league. Doesn't bother me. Well done. Hope PSG slap you in the final. Doesn't bother me. And if people think we're going to go down or people want us relegated because it would help X, Y, and Z, that's your opinion. And I understand that and I get it. We're not going down. So I'm sorry we're disappointing everyone in the Premier League. I'm sorry we're disappointing all these fans that want us to going down. Tell you one thing, we ain't going nowhere. We are not going down. We are staying where we are. We're going to fight until the end of the season. And we have to bloody fight with our bare knuckles. We're going to fight and stay in this Premier League. Because we are Tottenham feckin' Hotspur Football Club. 1882, the pride of North London. The first team to do stuff that... No, do you know what? You read through our history. Between 1950-51 to 2008, we won trophies every decade. And we were more successful in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. But between the 50s and the 2000s, we won a trophy every decade. Has Arsenal done that? Has Liverpool done that? Has Manchester United done that? Every decade, 50-51 league champions. We won the league second division championship 49-50. 60-61, we won the double. 62, FA Cup. 63, European Cupman's Cup. 67, FA Cup. 71, League Cup. 72, UEFA Cup. 73, League Cup. 81, FA Cup. 82, FA Cup. 84, UEFA Cup. 1991, FA Cup. 1999, League Cup. 2008, League Cup. People seem to forget. That's a record I don't think no club has ever matched or ever will match. And yes, we're going through a hard time at the moment. Yes, we're going through a difficult time with our owners. Yes, we all like new owners. We all want better players. Yeah, of course we do. It's human nature. But when it comes to Tuesday at 8 o'clock, I will be here and I'll be giving it my all. Because of why? Because I support Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. Always have, always will. I wrote something down also today as well. And I want to read it to you guys. It's a poem not a poem, but it's sort of a quote I found from an Irish person back in the 1920s. And it was resident with me. He wrote it through the Easter Rising. Now, the sort of backstory to this, he was in GPO and he was writing a letter to his wife at the time of if people don't know Irish history, for 700 years, the UK ruled the whole of Ireland, not just Northern Ireland, the whole of Ireland was united and the UK ran it from London. Now, in the 1800s, there was a rebellion which didn't work out. The British fought the rebellion and then we had the famine. That's a whole different story. And then we had the lockout back in 1913, and a group of people got together. There was a teacher, there was a loyalist, there was a socialite, there was a playwright, there was somebody with unions, and we all got together. And they decided they wanted freedom for Ireland. They wanted self-determination. We want to run Ireland by ourselves. And many people that fought for our freedoms died during that period between 1916 to 1922, when Ireland became a free state, and then the free state become the Irish Republic, and then we become who we are now. But this person, I forget his name. I will get his name for you for tonight's stream. This person wrote this to his wife, and he wrote it in the GPO. And it's very sort of poignant to remember us as fans that we have our part to play in supporting Tottenham Hotspur. And it goes off like this. And it's really poignant as well. There comes a moment when the world doubts you, when people laugh at you, write you off, and tell you the fight is over. But the strongest warriors are not the ones who never fall, they are the ones who rise again. Because hope is not given, hope is built through struggle, through pain, through heartbreak, through striving, surviving the storms that were meant to break you. Every battle leaves scars, but those scars prove you survived. Greatness is earned in the darkest moments. Legends are not born from comfort, they are forged through pain. Fear can stop a man, but belief can build a legend. True leaders stand tall when everyone else gives up. Strength means nothing without heart, and the fight is never over while belief still lives. So stand for something, even if you stand alone, because in every defeat lies the beginning of a comeback. No matter how heavy the storm becomes, we keep moving forward. The future belongs to those brave enough to keep fighting. And I think that is why we are Tottenham Hotspur fans, and that is why we will always fight for this football club, because the future is bright. There is a future out there where there's sunshine and where there's light at the end of the tunnel. So don't give up, guys. Don't give up on this football club. Do not give up on this season. We're not going down. We are staying where we are, where we belong, where we rightly belong, and that is in the Premier League. We are not going anywhere. Thank you all for watching. I will be back. I'm sorry I didn't get through all the comments. It was a show. Probably I wasn't going to do a lot of the comments, but I do appreciate all the comments you were putting in. And I'll see you back tonight at 8 o'clock. Me and Billy are doing the post-match debrief, so do watch us for that. Me and Philip are on at 6 on our political channel with all the latest from the UK with Keir Starmer and co. But as always, come on, you fucking Spurs. In the cockerel. Always have, always will, and I will always be Tottenham till I fucking die.